So I think that Max Holloway is an absolutely massive problem in that lightweight division. And let's be real, I don't really want to see him move back down to featherweight and fight Ilya. I want to see Max Holloway more in the lightweight division. I really do. I feel like that's what we got to see. And I feel like just what we saw a few hours ago, I think Max Holloway just ended Justin Gaethje's career. And he's not Justin Gaethje, I don't think will be the same after that whatsoever. Like, that kind of KO can really like destroy someone's chin massively. I don't think Gaethje's going to be the same fighter whatsoever, and I don't think he's got too many more fights left after that. But he is a BMF, so you never know. But I mean, Holloway's the real BMF after that absolute schooling against Justin Gaethje, proving that he's a massive issue in the division. I've already done a post-fight review for it, but I just want to talk about like big future fights for Max Holloway. To be fair, because with a win like that against a top guy in the lightweight division like Justin Gaethje, knocking him out like that is unreal. And schooling him in the way he did is unreal as well, to be fair. And just made Justin Gaethje seem hesitant, was just busting him up completely through the fight, easily schooling him. Max Holloway, his composure was fantastic. His quickness was really good. And I just feel like I think he looks better at lightweight as well. He's bulked up a lot as well, bulked up a lot of muscle. He just looks like a good, solid, natural lightweight who's looking really comfortable there. And, Max Holloway was looking great all throughout fight week. And in the fight, he was looking absolutely fantastic. It has been confirmed that Islam Makhachev will defend his title against Dustin Poirier. So that's not going to be next for Holloway. And McGregor Chandler's also official. I'll make a video on that later. But looking at this lightweight division now, honestly, would Max Holloway be defending his BMF title next, or is he gonna be going? I would rather him keep on going in that lightweight division because I feel like he's a massive issue for a lot of people there. Could he be a future champion? Could he be a guy that goes on and beats Islam Makhachev? Honestly, I feel like he could. He's a real problem with his striking, a real issue with his striking. I don't think anyone in the lightweight division will be able to compete with Holloway, striking wise, boxing wise. I don't think anyone in the lightweight division can compete with him on the feet. Justin Gaethje is one of the best strikers in that lightweight division, and look at the schooling that Holloway gave him, and that's because Gaethje can get a bit wild, and Holloway's just so technically sound, so ridiculously technically sound. He's unbelievable. And just the way he was able to set up that knockout amazingly when him and Gaethje were going in those last seconds, set up that knockout fantastically well, landing it flush on the chin. And let's be real, I feel like, obviously Dustin Poirier beat him twice, but now I feel like Max Holloway would be more competitive in a possible trilogy fight. I do, but obviously Poirier is getting the shot, but Poirier most likely loses to Makhachev. You never know. We could see a Holloway and Poirier 3, possibly. And I feel like Holloway could do a good job there, to be fair. I feel like he's in the prime of his career now, to be fair, Max Holloway. And I do think he could beat Dustin Poirier in a trilogy. I do. Then we look at Arman Tsarukyan. Again, that's a tough fight for Holloway. He's going to have to be very wary of the wrestling from Arman Tsarukyan. But again, if Holloway can keep Tsarukyan off him, I believe Holloway can win that fight against Arman Tsarukyan, even though that would be extremely difficult for him. But I feel like Max Holloway can win that fight. I feel like he's a massive issue just generally because no one can compete with him on the feet. You'll have to, have a heavy wrestling ground game to be able to beat him. So Tsarukyan has a chance, but I actually do think that Holloway could get the win there. Then we look at a possible fight with Charles Oliveira at some point. I don't see that happening. Oliveira's coming off a loss to Tsarukyan. But again, I think that's a really difficult one for Holloway. Has Holloway beaten before? He might have. I don't fully remember. But yeah, honestly, I feel like you'll have to have a ground heavy game to beat him. But again, Holloway, I just feel like it's a massive, massive issue, to be fair, for a lot of fighters in that in that lightweight division. I really do. He's just unreal and just technically really good. Really, really, really good. And having a performance like that against Justin Gaethje, absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, Max Holloway did beat Charles Oliveira. Yeah, honestly though, again, like Oliveira's changed a lot since that Holloway fight though. So again, though, it would be difficult for Holloway to beat Oliveira again, but is it winnable? Yes, it's winnable for him. I feel like, there are so many fights in that lightweight division who, that they're all really winnable for Max Holloway. That they are. Like, the only guy who's really been able to solve Holloway is Volk. So, yeah, it's a really, 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 really interesting one, to be fair. Do I think he can go on and beat Makhachev? I think that's a really difficult task for Holloway. But I feel like Holloway, if he stays around in that lightweight division, which I hope he does, he could have a chance of being able to set himself up for a title shot. I really do think he could. He could be a massive issue for a lot of people. And, he's seeming to have more power in his hands now. Obviously, knocking out Korean Zombie, knocking out Justin Gaethje. His power is now improving. It's going to improve now. He's, moving up weight and now bulking up muscle. So, yeah, I feel like there's some big fights to make for him. There are some big fights to make, but I don't know. He's probably going to end up fighting Ilya, though. But I'd rather see Volk get the rematch against Ilya, and then Holloway keeps on going in this lightweight division on his quest to the title. I mean, I feel like Sarukian could be next if he sticks around. I don't know how much that interests Holloway, like name-wise. But again, though, it's a fascinating fight. And if, Holloway does want to stick around, if he can get past Sarukian, then he's got the winner of Makhachev and Poirier. That's it. So, yeah, and I feel like, again, both of those fights, Makhachev and Poirier, could be winnable for Holloway. Not saying he'd win them both. I feel like he could beat Poirier in a third fight, even though he has lost to him twice. But against Makhachev, that's a difficult one. But again, Holloway's good enough to put himself right in that lightweight title picture. After watching that absolute schooling there, to be fair. Unreal, an amazing knockout. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.